Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Joe, your cooking guide. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I have a recipe that I guarantee you are going to love. I'm going to make a frittata with some spicy Italian sausage, some fresh mozzarella cheese. I'll bake it with a little bit of grated Pecorino Romano, and then I'm going to pair that with some crispy pancetta. So hang out with me for a bit. Let's put this recipe together. So I'm going to start making our pancetta crisps. So I have a half sheet pan and I just lined it with a silicone mat. And the pancetta that I purchased came already pre-sliced, so it's pretty easy. Then all I want to do is take each slice and start to lay them down on our pan in just a single layer. You don't want them to overlap, but you can have them pretty close to one another. So we're going to take the pancetta over to a 350 oven for about 8 to 10 minutes or until they're perfectly golden brown and crispy. I know what I want to do is start preparing our sausage. So I purchased the sausage in links, and then all I did here was just took a knife and just scored the sausage so we can remove the casing. And just pull that off, move it off to the side, and then just take the sausage and just start breaking it up into some pieces. Right, and I have three links here, and this is a perfect amount for the recipe. So what I'm going to do now, just take our eggs and just start to break them. And I have 6 whole eggs, and we're just going to take them all, break them, and then give them a quick little whisk. I'm just going to take our eggs, and I'm just using a fork to whip these up a little bit. And there you go. They're all good. And you want them to be pretty loose. If they're still a little bit viscous, just keep whipping them. And there you go. That's exactly what we want. Perfect. And for this recipe, I'm using a carbon steel pan that I've seasoned, and I've used this pan many times, and it is one of my favorites, and it works out great for a frittata. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of olive oil. Just kind of move that around to ensure that the bottom is coated. And then I'm going to take our sliced onions, and we're just going to add those into the pan. Season a little bit of salt, some ground pepper, and I'm leaving it a little coarse because I like it that way for this recipe. And then we just want to keep moving these onions around until they get a little bit of color. So after about 3 minutes, I'm going to add in our dried rosemary. And that rosemary just goes so well with the sausage and the onions. After these onions have been going for about 5-6 minutes, we're going to add in our Italian sausage. And I love spicy food, so I decided to use the spicy sausage, but you can definitely use a mild sausage if you don't like spicy. So our sausage, onions, and rosemary has been cooking for about 6-7 minutes. I'm going to give it one final stir here. And then I'm going to add a touch more olive oil. So now what I want to do is take our eggs and just start to slowly pour those in. Perfect. All right, so after you've poured the eggs in, you just want to take your spoon and just start to slowly just move the eggs around, really incorporate them with the onions and the sausage. That looks fantastic already. And now you want to just really start to take the back of your spoon and try to create a nice layer where all the sausage is really pushed into those eggs. And then what I want to do is take the fresh mozzarella and really just start pushing it in to the eggs and the sausage mixture. And you can just put them any way you like, no real pattern or any fashion. And our final step is we're going to take some of that Pecorino Romano and I'm just grating some over the top. And that is just going to help really make this incredibly tasty little crust on the top of this frittata. So we're going to pop this in a 375 oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until we can insert a toothpick and it comes out dry, and you'll see that this will really start to rise and souffle. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So after 15 minutes, I took the frittata out of the oven, and it just looks absolutely amazing, and the smell is just mind-blowing. So what you want to do now is just take a rubber spatula and just run it along the sides and the edges of the pan to just release it, and really try to get under the frittata without breaking it. And there we go. And what I'm going to do now is just take a plate, put it over the pan, and then we're just going to take it and invert the entire thing. And look at that. That looks so incredibly amazing. I am just going to cut a nice little wedge out of the frittata. And that's a pretty good portion for me there. And then what I'm going to do is just add a few pieces of that crispy pancetta. I'll top it with a little bit of chopped parsley. And then also, I want to put a little bit more of that pecorino cheese. And there we have it. Our frittata with some spicy Italian sausage, fresh mozzarella cheese, some crispy pancetta, and just finished with some fresh parsley. All right, guys, I'm going to give this a shot. This looks way too good. A little bit of the pancetta crisp. Wow. That is so incredibly tasty. Leaving the sausage in those bigger pieces gives it some really nice texture, and the crispy pancetta and the salty aspect that it brings really helps to balance the whole dish out. This is absolutely amazing. You have to give it a shot. I guarantee you're gonna love it. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. I truly hope you enjoyed this frittata recipe. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I hope you give it a shot. Please be sure to leave me a comment below and hit the subscribe button for my future videos. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.